Now this, our next guest says we can cut violence in inner cities by arming people and educating them about guns.
I grew up in a tough neighborhood, and we used to say you can get further with a kind word and a gun than you can with just a kind word.
Marj Hure is with us, Black Guns Matter founder. Marj, welcome to the program. It's good to see you, sir.
Good to be seen. I appreciate you for having me.
Now, let's see, have I got this right? Your way of cutting down on having young black men kill other black men is to give some black men more guns. I'm sort of phrasing it in a strange way, but is that the gist of what you're on?
You kind of onto it, but more so than just giving people, you know, young urban people of all races firearms, giving them more education about Second Amendment rights, giving them more education about conflict resolution and de-escalation tactics, because that's completely missing in urban areas like the city of Chicago.
This is an argument that more guns would lessen the violence. That's essentially the argument, isn't it? And education to go with it, I got that. But at the center of it is more guns owned by more people reduce crime. That's the argument.
Yeah. Yes, the argument to a certain extent could be that, but more so than just the gun, because a gun is just a tool. It's the person behind the guns.
A gun is a tool, Miriam. No better, no worse than any other tool. An axe, a shovel, or anything. A gun is as good or as bad as the man using it.
So you have to have a safe, responsible, respect for the tool, understanding individual. But yes, more armed, you know, to not sound cheesy, but an armed society is a polite society.
You do, and it'll be the biggest mistake you ever made, you Texas brush popper.
And we see it in states like New Hampshire, very low, you know, firearm crimes. That just became constitutional carry yesterday, you know. So yes, more trained, educated people about firearms and their Second Amendment with respect for that tool definitely would, you know, hamstring a lot of this foolishness.
Now, we just had a video of you standing in front of a crowd there, explaining your program. I believe that's what you're doing. What kind of reception did you get from this?
We get an amazing reception from, you know, the people in these urban communities. We get an amazing reception from law enforcement, you know, and who traditionally people wouldn't expect to say, hey, law enforcement guys are saying, hey, you should have more firearms. But because of the way we're doing it, we're dealing with, like I said, conflict resolution, de-escalation, training, safe, responsible gun ownership, even dealing with, you know, teaching young people, you know, if you see a firearm, what to do and what not to do. We're getting an amazing reception from, you know, all of this, you know, across the country, you know, most of the states that we've been in. And well, it's beautiful. I couldn't ask for anything better.
You are saying the exact opposite of what so many people say in our nation's major cities, especially Chicago, where they have intensely strict gun control legislation, same as D.C. You're saying the opposite.
Yeah. I'm saying the opposite because the facts of the matter are it's not working. If the things that they were trying, you know, Mr. Emanuel over there in Chicago, yesterday they had their most deadliest night, 24 hours, the deadliest night. And they have all of the laws on the law books. The criminals, the bad guys don't care about the laws. You're just hamstringing good citizens from being able to defend themselves or just even be a deterrent. If the things that these people were saying, instead of being outside and supporting organizations like Black Guns Matter, if what they were saying actually worked, Chicago would be the safest place on earth, and it's not, because what they're doing is outdated philosophy. It's time to, you know, try something different, like what we're doing.
You, sir, are a disruptor, and you're very welcome on this program because I'm intrigued by your point of view, and I'm glad you got a chance to express it in front of a wide audience. Come back soon. Marj Hure, we appreciate you being here. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
All right.